Hey, Rob Kowalski back again with another video on how to navigate your season of singleness successfully. And today I'd like to discuss with you 12 things to do while you are single and waiting for the one. Being single and waiting can be very difficult, especially if you are trying to be obedient in the area of your sex life and save yourself for marriage. It can be lonely, boring, depressing if you aren't very intentional about it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How to take something that most people in the world would look at somewhat negatively and turn it into something very positive and beneficial for achieving everything that you want most in life. So let's get into it. But before we start, if you're not already a subscriber, take a moment to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you get notified when I post a new video, and then like this video, comment your biggest takeaway, and then share this video, and stay tuned till the end as I have some special bonuses that I want to share with you. Here we go. Number one, find your purpose. One of the most important things that you can do while you are single and waiting is to figure out what you're on this earth for. Eventually, you'll be in a relationship and you won't have as much time and energy to focus on this task, but now is a great time to do it. And understand that this isn't punishment. This was God's design from the beginning. If you look back at Adam and Eve, Eve wasn't created at the same time as Adam. Adam was created first, and he didn't get a mate, he got a job. God told him to name the animals. Later, God created Eve, and that is when she came along. But Adam took all of that longing and all that sexual energy, and he used it to accomplish a purpose, and that is what you must do. Plus, once you know what your purpose is, it will make it a lot easier to choose a helpmate to come alongside you and help you do it. Imagine if you were trying to hire for a job and you didn't even know what the position entailed. So now is a great time to figure out what you are on this earth to do and then start doing it. The easiest way to do this is to start to meet with a life coach. Get an outsider's perspective and someone that can ask you the questions to get the answers out of you. The other thing you can do is watch a video that I posted here called 10 Tips for Building a Vision for Your Life, and they are the techniques that I use to this day, and they work. Number two, develop a tribe. This is just as important as number one, if not more important. The wait can be unenjoyable and it can be downright painful if we're being honest. But having a community of like-minded people around you to inspire you, encourage you, and support you is what will make it possible to endure. Do not try to make this journey alone. We all need a support system and a cheering section if we're going to make it, and sometimes we just need something to look forward to that won't cause us to get into trouble. In the 18th and 19th century, people that were heading west formed wagon trains. They did this because they had to cross mountains and rivers and face hostile Indians, and it was a way to keep them safe, and it also made the trip more enjoyable. You are on a journey too, but you're on a journey of becoming the best version of yourself. And getting there won't be easy. You will face many challenges along the way. And having a community of like-minded people will make it possible for you to make it. You must continue to cultivate great friendships, and the best way to do this is to add value to people's lives. The easiest way to find like-minded people would be to join a meetup, a faith community, get into a small group, or find a City Fam chapter near you. We are all about becoming the best version of ourselves and doing life together. Number three, get closer to God. Developing a closer relationship with God is going to prove to be very beneficial to you. During my long season of singleness, I had to draw near to God because I didn't have a girl there to comfort me and run her fingers through my hair and tell me that everything was going to be all right. I'm sure it would have made it easier, but I had to go to God because He was the only person that really understood what I was going through. So now is a great time to develop that relationship with Him. Shoot, sometimes I would just sit there and pour out my frustrations and bitch to Him about things not having gone the way that I wanted. And I think He's okay with that. So use this season to develop a regular time with God and draw close to Him. Number four, start a business. Being single is a great time to do this. When you start a business, it's going to require long hours of you. And if you don't have someone to go home to or another person to support financially, being single is a great time to tell your boss to take this job and shove it. Number five, start a passion project. Write a book, start a vlog, a blog, or a podcast. If you're not interested in getting your message out, and I think everyone should have a personal brand, then take a sewing class or a cooking class or learn a foreign language. In Bronnie Ware's book, Regrets of the Dying, people's number one regret on their deathbed was not having the courage to live a life true to themselves. Think about that. It was regret over fear of the unknown. They literally listened to the enemy versus listening to God. Stepping out will require you to lean on God in ways that you never have before. Many of you watching this have had ideas for things that you know you should do, but you haven't stepped out for whatever reason. Now is a great time to do that. Plus, starting a passion project will allow you to shift your eyes off of being in a relationship and onto accomplishing a purpose that is meaningful to you. In my book, Why Waiting Works, I talk about a principle known as sex transmutation. It was something I read about in the granddaddy of self-help books, Think and Grow Rich. And it talked about sexual energy and how it's the strongest form of human energy. And when you're not expressing it physically, it can be rechanneled to accomplish some amazing things. I know in my own life that's proven to be true. It's how I started CityFam, and it's how I wrote my books and did some other incredible things. So now is a great time for you to use that sexual energy to start something that you can care and nurture. Number 6, read great books. Leaders are readers. There's a great saying that you'll be the same person in 5 years from now except for the people that you meet and the books you read. Plus, it will make you more interesting in conversation. Start with the Bible. You can read it all the way through, and then read all the classics. I've read more books in the last 9 years than I read in my entire life before then, and being single is a great time to do this. Number 7, develop a daily routine. One of the ways I make sure that I get consistent results over time is by starting my day the same way every day. I wake up at 4:30 a.m., I exercise, I spend some quiet time with God, I read a little of His Word, I visualize, sometimes I write gratitude and journal, and then I check my messages and I post on social media. Before I leave the office each day, I plan my following day. So if you're not following a routine right now, how likely do you think you're going to be to start a routine when you have a warm body laying next to you in bed? Probably not that likely, right? So now is a great time to do this. If you're not sure how to set up a routine, you can take my 6-week online course, and I'll post a link to that below. Men, listen, nothing is sexier to a woman than a man that is disciplined. And ladies, go back and read Proverbs 31 again and tell me that woman wasn't following a routine. Now is the time to develop that. Number 8, get into the best shape of your life. This doesn't have to be at a gym. You can run, hike, or you can take a dance class. When I rededicated my life to God, I bought a bike, and I just decided to reinvent myself, and I joined a boot camp. So now is a great time to take all that sexual energy and put it back into getting into great shape. Number 9, get out of debt. Please do not drag your financial baggage into your next relationship. Start exercising self-restraint now and living within your means. In ancient times, a groom would go away and he would prepare a place for his bride before their marriage. The bride was preparing herself too, but if you're out there spending more than you're making, you are not preparing yourself for your next relationship. So take the time now to pay off your debt so you can start your next relationship successfully. Number 10, volunteer. This is one of the best ways that you can spend your time when you're single. You meet a better class of people that tends to be a little more selfless than the average person, plus it makes you feel great. The easiest way to do this is just to start with your faith community. And if you don't have one, you can check out CityFam and find or start a chapter. Number 11, heal. In my book, Why Waiting Works, I challenge readers to take a 6-month hiatus from dating and sex so they can work on themselves and then re-enter the dating world the right way. During that time, you can learn to be content with being alone so you don't choose someone out of desperation, and you can establish healthy boundaries and look for toxic traits that might need to be unlearned from your past that you can begin to work on. Number 12, have fun and enjoy life. The first 6 years that I was a Christian, I isolated. I was waiting for God to give me a wife, at which point I was going to begin enjoying life again. Eventually, I backslid. When I rededicated, I realized I had to figure this thing out. So treat yourself. Take yourself out on date nights. I go to dinner and the movies with myself all the time. Travel, find a great group of friends, and just do not wait for a relationship to begin having fun. Ultimately, you're going to use this time to become the best version of yourself. Do not sit around waiting to work on yourself, your dreams, or enjoy life until you're in a relationship, thinking that surely if God sees how miserable you are, He will have to give you someone else because He won't want you to be depressed. God cannot be manipulated. Trust me, I tried that and it does not work. So now is a great time to just reinvent yourself and really become the person that you always could have been. So those are my 12 things to do while you're single and waiting for the one. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment below with your biggest takeaway, and then share this video and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon as I post a lot of videos on navigating your season of singleness successfully. I have a dating while waiting guide that I want to give you for free for becoming a member of my Superfam list. Just go to my website, robbkowalski.com. I'll post a link below, and it's yours absolutely free. I also have my book, Why Waiting Works. It has over 95-star reviews on Amazon. I want to give that to you for free as well, plus $130 worth of bonuses like my Truth About Sex study guide, great for small groups, and you can pick that up at whywaitingworks.net. I'll put a link below. Last but not least is my heart. It's my organization, CityFam. It is a community of people that are doing life together that can really help you become the best version of yourself and make this journey about as enjoyable as possible. So you can find or start a chapter today by going to www.cityfam.com, and I will post that link below as well. Until next video, thanks.